the questions that you were, as a filmmaker, kind of provoking the audience to think about are probably the most important questions that women like to ignore and neglect. And these are, I think, the questions of our lives and the issues that we face. And I think that's across all ages, like I found myself feeling a little connected to the lady who's talking about menopause, which is obviously not my age yet. There are a lot of men here, but not my age yet. But there was something in how she was saying that, I felt like I lost so much. And I don't know, it was a beautiful collage of women's emotions that we neglect and which are the most important for us to confront. So it was a very spiritual film to me, I would say.
Story about the women from Varanasi. I think Vrinda, that's the name of the lady. This lady says there is not just about, me wanting about getting married to that person, but it's bonding, the bonding which is very eternal. Maybe it's been there and she figures out that this is the person, and that's something you've been able to capture it. You were able to give that level of thought for that woman to see life in an extraordinary manner, which not just spoke about your movie in the sense of what you're trying to do, but you actually captured a value of your own sixth sense. How do you believe in it? How do you actually make that work for you?
It's really interesting, the subject wise. What I felt interesting in the whole story was the lady who was 47, Katerina, yeah. Her story was amazing. I mean, the way she loved a guy for 20 years and then one day he just left her and she was nowhere and all alone. And how she found the man again in her life and what she went through menopause, and in that situation again, getting baby like a gift from God. I mean, the story was really touching and it's really inspiring. I like that.
You are a man. So the question is, what do you think about such way of loving as that of these women?
The person would be really lucky, if a girl loves the guy, even though the guy doesn't love her so much, he must be a very lucky person alive. Yeah. And what do I say? He's a lucky person basically.
But you know that this is a quite common way of loving for a women. Not so unusual. And what do you think about the fact that these women share all their deep emotions in front of a video camera?
See, the story needs to be told, the whole world needs to know. I mean, some people might go through some really, difficult time to cope with so many things. And some people who talks about their own experience, it helps them to understand what exactly they're going through and how to come out of the whole situation. It helps.
What I think you need to see for is who are those organizations or the distributors who are trying to create a social impact in the country and how they want to actually take this message to the urban, semi-urban kind of a population where there can be corporates or maybe schools, business schools or colleges where students will really have an insight of how people think globally.
Yeah, what I felt of the film is that it's very maternal. For me, I felt it to be very maternal and nurturing. Maybe because I have a close relationship with my mom, and maybe these are the questions that as a younger lady your mother provokes you to think about, for my generation, so I don't know, I felt it's a type of film that I can't get out of my head. It slowly comes onto you. That's what I feel, but definitely maternal, nurturing, and very, very thought-provoking. These thought-provoking, it's making me think a lot. So I'm sure I'll have more to say, but yeah.